Okay, here we are back again. Hello and welcome to Tea Break Film Reviews, where we drink tea and talk about films. My name's Michelle, and I'm here with fellow film buff Victoria, and today we are going to discuss Avatar: The Way of Water, directed by James Cameron and nominated for 4 Academy Awards this year, including Best Picture. It continues the motion capture adventures of Jake Sully and his growing family as they try to escape a familiar threat. Off the
Humans.
bat, yes, humans. Off the bat, I will say, neither of us feel good about this film, but if you'd like to start us off with why.
I don't think it was the most asked for sequel like they've been reporting.
That's a big
Kind of.
assertion of them.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like I know that it's kind of just showcasing the abilities that we have now, but like come on. Come
Yes,
on. The first one was enough.
I admit, the first one at the time was a breakthrough for technology. The motion
Absolutely.
capture, the CGI that was used, 3D
Mhm.
was a big thing when we were kids. You know, that was the thing you wanted to go see a 3D film. Avatar really made an impact on the film industry with what it
Absolutely.
did.
Absolutely. It made its mark in history.
Yes. But this
Let
new
it die
collection.
there.
Yeah, exactly. So there have been, I mean, James Cameron has worked his butt off. You know, he's got some more stuff. He's developed some motion capture technology to use underwater, obviously because they spend most of the film under the water. But there's nothing new new that we can see, you know? The CGI has developed naturally. Plenty of other films that are going to be released this year that have been released with CGI characters are just as good as this. It's just underwater, you know?
Yeah. Other big news from it though is that Kate Winslet broke a world record, right? For holding her breath the
Yes.
longest. I
But
think that's the biggest.
does that deserve a Best Picture nomination? I don't know.
No.
Maybe she needs a plaque
No.
or something
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
I'll give her that.
But
Let's cut to the chase. It's
also,
just too long. It's too much.
yeah, it
Too much
doesn't
for
need
too
three
long.
hours. It absolutely doesn't need 3 hours if the first one was 2 hours. Just
Yes.
do an hour and a half.
Now, to
But
counteract our feelings, James Cameron, in an interview, did say he didn't care. He didn't care how long it was because he was doing it as this sort of that whole middle hour where they are just actually learning the way of the water is just purely to relax and enjoy the graphics. But there's fundamental things wrong with this approach. For me, it was the uncanny valley problem, which have you heard of it?
I don't think so. I'm not sure
So,
right now.
uncanny valley is where there are humanoid objects or CGI that is meant to resemble humans, but they create an unsettling or eerie feeling in the audience because they aren't
Oh,
exactly human.
yeah. Yeah. I get that.
And this
I get that a
suffers
lot.
that in droves. Like, I am never going to look at these characters and not feel a, a bit of that.
Mhm. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. Also, I have a lot of the the first script for the first movie I didn't like in general.
Not many people did.
Even, yeah. So it's just it's just a money grab,
It
feels like.
is.
Just a money grab.
And
Same thing with like the like what Pixar is doing with any of their movies, it feels like.
Any of their sequels, certainly.
Yeah.
Because
Like we're up to 5 Toy Stories now or something.
exactly. A lot of their films, a lot of the originals have heart. They have an interesting
They have a
premise.
story.
Yes. But no, that is a good comparison because Avatar is the groundbreaking one. Avatar,
Hmm.
in terms of it doesn't. The thing with Pixar is that the number one thing they are really good at is really good stories, great
Yeah.
stories. Adults,
They're
children,
just
amazing, perfect.
they're just bashing them in the ground.
So Avatar did not have that. It was an okay story for an action
I feel
film.
like the story is secondhand.
It is.
They just decided we need a movie, and they didn't write the script to be Avatar. They just wrote the script because it was Avatar. You know what I mean?
Yes. I think James Cameron wanted to explore the technology again, which fine. He has the budget, he has the
Yeah.
backers. And I can't deny that it is a beautiful film, but beauty alone cannot sell a 3 hour and 15-minute film,
Yeah. Like I kind of
especially
wish
with these
James
characters.
Cameron's yeah, I really wish James Cameron's knees could just like give out once just because he made this movie. Like just
I
uh,
and he's a filmmaker who does things on a grand scale. I get it.
absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
he repeatedly shows that he knows how to make a blockbuster.
Absolutely. He
But
knows how to make a spectacle
why keep making the same one? You know? Because we have
because
seen
he's
this.
run out of ideas.
And the fact that it's absolutely the same premise, except Jake Sully is now on the other side of the team. But it's the same general who's in the Avatar body from the first film. It is the first film,
Yeah.
but
Can
in a
I
different setting.
say something
Well,
about like
of
the
course,
whole storyline? I feel like the whole storyline is kind of ableist.
that
Or not
is
ableist, but like, well,
no, that is a
you
common criticism of it.
like that's why I've dodged watching the avatars pretty much is because I heard this story and I was like, and then it's just I still have a ick feeling from the story.
Yeah, I guess.
Also colonization.
Yeah, I think with many of I mean, there's also the criticism of it being this white savior. Jake Sully is, the
Yeah.
white savior for these indigenous people. And it's not that you can't tell this story, but it's a story so overdone. It's just down to the writing again. Like Neo is saying, he James Cameron does a lot of like he wrote Avatar in the first place because he started working for charities. He was seeing a lot of indigenous people being displaced. He was working with tribes and he felt bad for them. But the approach he went with is this cautionary tale, but a cautionary tale that doesn't add anything new to the conversation. I think that's what bothers me the
Yeah.
most.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
might be able to tell the story because he has seen the people, he has lived with them, he's maybe more qualified than some mainstream directors, but still,
Yeah.
if he's
Just make
saying,
another Titanic movie, dude.
yeah, but if he's giving us that whole hour where they're learning the way of the water and we're meant to appreciate planet Earth a bit more, the messages are just getting very mixed. Is it about the indigenous people? Is it about
Hmm.
planet Earth? But still, there's nothing new. We get it. We know we need to fix planet Earth. We know we've messed
No.
up. So how? How do you fix it? What do you do? It's not about us going and reconnecting with the water. Like that is not helpful.
Yeah, right now we can't really get connected with water since the train.
Yeah,
Oh God, like it's a mess. Everything's just a mess.
it is a mess. And that's the thing. I do criticize it heavily. It can be a blockbuster. You know what? You can go, you can watch it. In fact, for kids, it is a spectacle. It's big. They're not gonna nitpick all the nitty-gritty details of why the characters are doing what they're doing. They're gonna enjoy the visuals, and that's fine. But to
Yeah.
throw it in as Best Picture is really pushing the limits of
They just
of
had the ad
why.
revenue.
Yes,
That's all.
Titanic 100%. That did
What about
amazing things
Titanic?
with technology. That deserves a Best Picture nomination because it portrayed
Yeah.
something.
Remake Titanic.
Yeah. Titanic 2, it's been so requested. You know?
Yes, please. Can we make a faux poster
Jack's
just for
coming
that?
back. That's it. Everybody wants that.
Oh my god, somebody make that meme,
Oh, such a meme.
please. Titanic 2.
The point being, this film is fine, and we cannot say
It's a film.
anything like it needs to be better than fine.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Talented people worked on it.
Yes, it's it's beautiful, but like I said, that uncanny valley does not leave me alone. And I will
Yeah.
nitpick one thing. Actually, two things. First off, Tarzan boy. Why? Why does he exist? Please tell me that it also made you very uncomfortable to watch him in that flimsy, what's it called? The flap that he has to be
Loincloth?
decent. His loincloth. And I'm just there like,
Yeah.
why is Tarzan in this film? Why? He's so random. And then
Uh,
the second thing is, I hope you noticed, but uh Sigourney Weaver, the
mm,
from the first film, has the daughter. The daughter, what's her face?
hmm
Kiri. And she voices her own daughter. And as soon as I heard Carrie speak, I was like, why does this like 14-year-old have the voice of a 50-year-old chain smoker? Like why? Could you not hear it? Am I the only one? I kept trying everybody
You're
I've
right.
talked
No,
to,
you're
I've
right.
tried to convince them that it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. But why would you do that? Why would you not change it?
Can I call out the first film for something else, too? I just remembered something. I swear to God, they used Velociraptor sounds.
Oh yeah, 100%. They would have
100%?
they're just taking whatever
Because,
sounds from wherever,
yeah.
but oh boy. I couldn't get over it. The entire film, listening to her voice, I couldn't get over the fact that
Sigourney fucking Weave.
they had billions of dollars
Yeah,
and
this is
they
how they
didn't
spent it.
adjust her voice. I even watched the behind the scenes. I was like, did they try? Did they try to make her more high pitched in post? No, they didn't. It was just a conversation between Weaver and Cameron about how she was not just trying to imitate a 14-year-old, but to get the emotions. And I'm like, but that doesn't change your voice. Your
Yeah,
voice is
I
so much
that
older than
makes
the
no
character.
sense. That sounds just
God.
laziness.
Exactly.
Ugh.
That's how it
Big
feels.
studios are getting lazy.
It feels lazy. And
Yeah.
it
They know
has,
they're gonna make a buck, so they don't care about the product
yes,
anymore.
it has. The thing is, James Cameron feels like he has a lot of good intentions, but he's so much better than this.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
understands spectacle.
He
And
could have made something so much better
he could
if
have
he had
made
just spent the
something
time on
with
it.
water, but why did it
Yeah.
have to be this? Like, his interest in the oceans, in exploring the deepest place in the world, like he did that with Titanic. He did. He explored the ship. He
hmm
portrayed it in such an interesting and new way when they were diving and searching for things, and like the end shot where they go through the ship. Beautiful. That
hmm
conveyed way more to me about our oceans. If he did if he did that in a new way now, I think it would work so much better.
hmm Yeah, absolutely.
But when he takes us
Absolutely.
to Pandora, it's like the Martian, where they're trying to establish a base somewhere else. It's the same sort of. I know he's trying to
Yeah.
make us care about our world, but he's taking us to a perfect version of a world
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
like, it's. it's in the past almost. Like we've already destroyed our Earth quite a bit.
Yeah.
We've already done the heinous crimes of taking over indigenous communities. So why
Mm.
are we just watching it again, but on a new planet, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Bring some more substance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
appreciate that a lot of these characters were inspired by actual tribes, but then why not do something with actual tribes? I don't know. There's just so much available to him with his budget, with these
Yeah.
huge
Yeah.
budgets
It's
that
just
he
disappointing that he
has.
chose this.
Yeah, and it's not over, because he's already filmed the next one. They filmed them
What?
together. He filmed 2 and 3 together, so we already have 3 is in post production, and there's a fourth one as well, I believe.
Dear God, what?
Although there is a great fan theory, which is
What
that
fan theory?
um that it's just following Avatar, The Last Airbender, because we've got Earth, that was the first film. We've got water, and uh, people are saying what's coming up next. Fire. I think maybe the next one will be the Way of Fire. We'll see how it goes.
We're going through all the elements.
If I
All
consider
the
it,
elements.
if I'm looking at it from, he's actually just a big fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender, then he's he's a fan that has the biggest budget ever to make
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
fan fiction over here.
Yep.
Yep.
This is just a Nosferatu, guys.
Yes,
Just fan fiction.
it is.
Yep.
There's too many things that I can't get over. I can't, like, there's better blockbusters.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
There are better money grabs than this.
yeah, even with, like, that, we've reached a stage with technology where it really has to do something interesting. And this is
Yeah.
not it. Avatar was it. It did it. But this is not doing anything so drastically new that we need to care.
Yeah.
It
Yeah. It's
needed
just
to improve the story. He needed to take the criticisms from his first film and use those 9 years to figure it out.
yeah. It should have taken the 9 years to write the script.
Yeah. Give me all those
yeah.
messages. Show me the things that he's learned. Show me
Yeah.
this. If he's doing all of this philanthropy and connecting and, like, going in the oceans, show me that. Make me interested in
Yeah.
our world
Yeah.
rather than in this hypothetical world, you know?
Yeah.
Why not? He
Like, we
has
don't need aliens anymore.
no. And they might be
We got
fascinating.
UFOs.
And frankly, Neytiri, what was the actress's name? God damn it, I always forget. Check. Zoe Saldana as Neytiri is she steals the show. She is the best part of this film
Yeah.
because
I mean,
you can
she's
see it.
yeah.
She is so good at getting her performance through motion capture.
Yeah.
But frankly, if this was a video game, it would have sold it better for me. You know?
That's valid. Yeah. That's valid.
It's that sort of area because we have hyper realistic video games with the motion capture and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
it's fascinating because your character can be part of that world. We can't be part of this world. It's just on the screen.
No, we're just looking at the water.
We're looking at the water for 3 hours and 15 minutes. You know? I
Hours.
can't get over it. It's so long.
Oh my God. Yeah, like I'd rather watch The Green Mile
Yeah.
instead of this, and I think that's longer even. Let me fact check myself here.
And
Uh,
well, we talked about Banshees previously. I think that's just under 2 hours. Let me have a look. An
the
hour
new
54.
Banshee?
Yeah. You'd
Which one's
be
Banshee?
the one we were just talking about, the Banshees of Inisherin.
Oh, okay, sorry. Woo.
Hour 54, you'd be safely into a second viewing of that in the
Okay, no, it's less. Green Mile's less. It's 3 hours 9 minutes. I was wrong. I was wrong.
a little bit less.
I'd much rather watch that.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, for people who have watched my reviews on the YouTube channel Tea Break Film Reviews. If you didn't catch it, um, I frequently mention that I judge films harshly for taking me over 2 hours. There needs to be a reason.
Yeah, absolutely. It shouldn't be just B-roll filler.
Yeah, there needs to be a dramatic reason. Often it's because they might be changing time periods. They
Yeah,
might be covering too much or different characters that we all need to,
yeah.
something like Atonement, which I
Hmm.
think is a brilliant war film, but it had so much time dedicated to each one of the characters.
I've only seen bits and parts of that movie because it's so
Well,
long.
it is, yes, it is long, but it had reason to be.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. The
And
like Atonement and then whatever other Jane Austen books that the or what other all the Jane Austen books that you can make movies out of,
yeah,
they're gonna be 3 hours.
yeah. But it's quite often because there's just a lot to get through. And
Yeah,
some of them
absolutely.
might bore me to death because I'm just not interested in the subject matter, but I understand why they are long.
Yeah,
Whilst for
but they're
this one,
pushing the script.
I even thought, I was just thinking about it, why not make this a VR experience? That's the hot ticket right now.
Yeah,
That would have
yeah.
been innovative. Wow.
I don't think they would have made enough money off of it though.
No. And that's the problem, isn't it? Because it costs
Yeah,
too much money. But
yeah,
they're making their money back. I'm pretty sure. Let me check the stats real quick, and then we can call it a
yeah.
day.
No, they are
Because I think they had to
absolutely
hit 2 billion worldwide, but I think they have last time I checked. Oh
okay.
yeah, they've hit 2,200,000,000
So
dollars.
they just broke it.
Yeah, they broke it, and it's a ridiculous amount of money to break. But they're basically breaking even, which is hilarious. But
Yeah.
but like there's
I'm so tired of big studios pushing stupid scripts.
yes,
Like that's why I'm such a fan of like B-roll movies
yeah, the
or like quote unquote bad movies. They have more substance a lot of the time because they have to have something about the script. They know that they have to push the subject matter.
yeah. I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think have we released a bit of tension, bit of anger, some some steam
Ah,
coming out of
uh
our ears.
Neo makes a good point. Why have Titanic 2 and you can see Titanic in 4K? I wish I went to go see it in 4K, honestly. I used to be obsessed with that movie.
I can go see it right now in 3D.
Yeah, I need to go see it.
Frankly, I might go see it just to give myself hope for James Cameron's future. God damn it.
Right?
Good
That's
God.
the only that's what we get out of this. Go watch Titanic if you want to see a good James Cameron.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's just it needed to give us more and it didn't.
yeah.
And
It's like on par with the Green Lantern.
yeah. But
This is Green Lantern vibes.
you know what, but even that was but the expectations were less. Because at that point
Yeah. They didn't say
for
that was the most wanted
yeah,
sequel.
and
Or
it's not the most iconic superhero.
yeah.
Avatar was an iconic film when it came
Hmm.
out, and putting so much pressure on the sequel had it that they had to fix what they had bored us with in the first one, and they didn't. It felt like they didn't try, and I know
Yeah.
that's simple. I know that with that budget, thousands of very talented people worked on this. Don't get me wrong. I'm not
Hmm.
criticizing the people who worked on this beautiful like
Yeah, they did
CGI, the motion
everybody
cap.
working on it did wonderfully.
But then to be let down by a mediocre script. It's the classic thing we hear about films where it's like you have to get the script right because
Absolutely.
people can get everything else right, but if it doesn't have purpose, meaning or
Substance.
anything new, then what's the point?
Yep.
So these
Yep,
thousands of people
absolutely.
worked on this absolutely breathtaking film that's ultimately going to be forgotten,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I don't see this one standing the test of time.
No. No, definitely not.
Rewatchability is kind of zero. Because you
Yeah.
don't want to sit through 3 hours
No.
just looking at the ocean. A fake ocean at that. Fake one.
Exactly. We have 4K diving cameras. I think we have more than
Right?
4K nowadays. 100%.
There are
There
so
is
many
going to
ships
be
that you can make movies about.
there is going to be beautiful actual footage of our oceans that you can watch to your heart's content, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Okay.
doing a story of the Lusitania would be better at this point.
Exactly. Anything. Just please.
Yeah.
Just please
Please
stop.
somebody get a
Cancel the
hold
other
of
ones.
him.
I don't care.
Take
I
away
can't
his
do this
scripts.
next year.
Oh
Oh
no,
boy.
another one. Can we start a petition not to?
No, they've already filmed it.
Yeah, let them lose money. Let them lose money.
Just move on
They
with
can
their
lose
lives.
they can lose a hot buck right quick.
I don't think they can, not with these budgets. Oh my god. Oh yeah, 100%. But like I said, beauty alone
Oh
cannot
god.
sell this film.
I'm not excited for 8K or 16K
My
stuff to
eyes
come
are
out.
only getting worse.
I have a horrible eyesight. I can't see the proper graphics now. Why are you trying to tell me that there's more I can't see? That's just rude.
Oh boy.
Rude.
Well, I mean, that's our thoughts on Avatar. You know what? I've had
Yeah,
fun in this review.
I've had a lot of fun. Yeah.
We have gone off on this
Yeah.
film.
Yeah. Yeah.
It,
As everybody should.
as everybody
Everybody
should.
leave. Spam out the bots in the comments.
It's a
All the bots on the IMDb page
yep.
or Rotten Tomatoes. Gotta beat the bots. Don't let it get a good score.
It's just a heinously overpriced, pretty picture. You know,
I'm trying to think of something on par with like this budget and this useless of a script, the uselessness of the script.
I'm trying to be nice, but $2 billion could have made, let me do the maths here,
That could have
at
helped so
least
many.
10 films, right?
Yeah,
Say if they had a 200 million budget, which is a hefty budget.
that is a big
That's it.
budget.
They could have made 10 films, and maybe one of those would have been the best film someone has ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
But instead,
Yeah,
they made one Avatar 2. That is what happened.
yeah.
Frankly, that maths might not add up, but you get my point.
Math sucks. Okay.
Yes. And on that note, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed myself and Victoria's commentary on Avatar, The Way of Water.
Avatar. There's a lot of water.
There's I love that. That should be the subheading. That should be the description on IMDb. There's a lot of water.
Yep. There's a lot of water.
Oh my god.
That's pretty much it.
Perfect.
It's like, okay, no, it's like Aquaman. It's like them making Aquaman. How do you make an Aquaman movie, like, logistically? You can't. It's not a good character. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's not much you can do. You talk to fish, but the fish can't leave the water, really.
But the we won't go into that.
Yeah, we're gonna go on a whole tangent
Yeah.
if we go any further.
All right, thank you very much for watching, and we oh yes, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Follow us on whatever podcast site you prefer, and we will love to have you back next time.
Yes, come see us.
Thank you once again, and bye-bye.
Bye.
That was a good outro, and I will just say, Sally, hello, welcome, thanks for watching if you have, and yes, don't bother watching the film. Okay.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Bye.
I'm so